Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Someone asked me recently about sex. And they weren't propositioning me. They were asking me because they were in a relationship with someone and who they'd slept with in the past had started to become a bit more of an issue. So I want to discuss sex and I want to really start an open forum because a lot of people think of it as this taboo thing. A lot of people, we fear that because we've slept with someone that we'll get judged for being a slut. We also fear that we haven't slept with someone, so we're frigid or we're a virgin, and that's bad. We're afraid that, if we don't sleep with people, that we don't know what we're missing out on. Then if we sleep with so many people, then all of a sudden we're ruining our body or ruining the temple, or we should be saving ourselves. That there's all these expectations put on us as well. And to that I kind of say, well, fuck that. And I'm not going to bleep that out. Like I will this next fuck. So I'll bleep that. Because everyone has their own unique journey. And to that I say that's the most precious thing. And you might have gone through a phase where you might have needed some more comfort. Or you might have been exploring that side of yourself. Or you might have been drunk. Or you might have just been watching too many soap operas and seeing that everyone else is sleeping around and you kind of want to try that out. Or you might be in a situation where maybe religiously, it stops you from doing it. And I know some people who are very conservative, and then all of a sudden they're put in a situation where they don't have to be conservative and they want to express that side of themselves immensely. And yet when it comes to talking about this kind of stuff, all of a sudden it's nope, don't talk about it. Now I'm someone personally, I don't generally like to talk about this kind of stuff because I know other people are afraid to. So I go first. I want to make other people feel comfortable. But it's a part of me. And it's a part of all these different people that especially through I've coached, because a lot of people are afraid of that. What I want to try and say here, and the main point is that if you've slept with someone, or if you haven't slept with someone, that is just another part of who you are. In fact, it's okay to have desire, because it's just another form of expression. It's another way you can communicate with your partner or partners or whatever and have that be a genuine, intimate way of connecting with them. Because when you're actually having sex with someone, that's probably one of the most vulnerable states you're going to be with. And I always like to say sex is kind of like a conversation where if you're with someone, there are parts of your personality that naturally come out. There are parts of their personality that naturally come out, and they intermingle together. And that's something that you can't get from just any conversation. So why is that something to be ashamed of? Again, I could go on for rants about body image and over-sexualization and stuff like that. But this is for people who are afraid of expressing themselves. And if you are, the best way to do it is just to start small. And how you would do that is just by start to bring it up with someone that you wouldn't bring it up with. One of the biggest things for me is I grew up in a very conservative family. And so what I did was I made sure that I would try and discuss it with my cousins and make a safe, open forum that could happen. And when I was growing up, I never thought that would actually happen. And so now as an adult, having all my cousins adults, that we can actually talk about this. And especially that I can even, coach some of my cousins through these problems. To me, that's amazing because they get to express that side of them and I get to express that side of myself with them. And we get to share parts of our personality that we wouldn't normally share because we're too afraid. Anyway, if you like this video, here, there's a quiz. What kind of guy do you attract the most? And for here, to subscribe. And make sure to subscribe for life and love and how the two come together. Mwah. See you later.